Art serves a purpose. It's the universal healer. It allows you to express things in ways that can't be expressed any other way. It allows you to chronicle history, feelings, emotions. It presents a different perspective on society if you're paying attention. It has a resonance that goes beyond anything else that I've ever seen. It's really kind of a magic thing. And I think Simon Rodia's towers and Watts, they've served as inspiration in terms of expression and creativity. Simon Rodia was like the international man of mystery. I wish I had had an opportunity to meet him, because I hear he was really something. He was a master craftsman. He would build the towers using whatever metal he could find. He would tie it together with wire. He would cover it with concrete, and then he'd put the decoration on, let that section dry, and then he would use that section to actually climb up, because he didn't have a scaffold, he didn't have a ladder or anything that he was using. So it's just a little amazing what he was able to accomplish.
Simon Rodia influenced the community simply by coming here. He came to a community that was nurturing, and now the community sees these towers as theirs. We're a campus now. We're the Watts Towers, the Watts Towers Art Center, the Charles Mingus Youth Art Center, and the Garden Studio. Watts is very rich in artists, and the Watts Towers Art Center campus provides a place for those artists to be nurtured and to nurture our community. So that's what Simon gave us.
Simon Rodia would find pieces of plates, shells, glass, and bottles, and he would recycle these items and put them on his sculptures, these towers. And I think what he did is monumental. Simon has had an influence on me in terms of different ways to do mosaics. I hand-built these relief sculptures of turtles, then I fired them, and I glazed them as well. And we've got about 50 of these on this mosaic to decorate our turtle pond.
In 1959, the city says there was never a permit to build those towers.
They subjected the towers to a stress test to see if it was structurally sound. And the suspicion was actually they wanted to see if they could move it because of where it was. It was in Watts.
They got a truck with a crane on it and tried to pull the towers down. And what happened was the towers actually lifted the crane off the ground.
They started to look at restoration and conservation, and that was the beginning of the Watts Towers Art Center.
Noah Purifoy was the heart and soul of the Watts Towers Art Center. Noah was working with Judson Powell, and Noah was John Otterbridge's mentor. A lot of their work is based in the use of found objects, just like Simon.
John Otterbridge and Noah Purifoy, they're icons as well as mentors for me. I have a background in working with bronze and various materials. I'm a welder, and I'm also a mold maker. During the designing of the garden, Rosie looks over at me and says, "Can you make a gate?" The symbols are the omnipotence of God and the Sankofa bird, which represents if you don't know your past and you don't know your future. I try to give back to community, and the Watts Towers Art Center campus has been a wonderful place for me to participate.
The center has always existed because there's always been a need for that type of expression in that community. The children that are there don't have a lot of creative outlets, but because of the conditions that they live in, they have to be creative every day.
My mom, just knowing I had a passion, found this community center at the Watts Towers and was like, you know, they offer a class once a week. It's like electronic music. I used to catch the bus to the train and go to the Watts Towers on Saturday and just learn. That was my first exposure to production.
The Watts Towers Art Center created an atmosphere that allows creativity to thrive. And I think John and Noah and all those people were constantly looking for, how can we make this happen? Because we know that the magic is there, We just have to figure out how to make that magic get through to everybody else.
When Simon was through, he was through. He didn't sell it, he gave it away. Artists have to do what they have to do. Simon had to build these towers, and we're so happy that he did and left this legacy for us to continue and to provide a platform for the richness that comes from this community.